All right, welcome back to another video, y'all. We are unleashing the different type of origins that most people have on this planet Earth. Like, subscribe, and comment, man. This supports this channel. I just want to be able to dive deep into this with you guys. We have to make these videos short because editing and it's just so much that goes into this, and it's annoying. But all right, this episode we are going to go over the origins of the mantis. What else is on the thumbnail? We're going to go over in the Scorpius constellation. You know, when you go in the sky, you can see these things. And if you have the app Star Tracker, I recommend you guys to go ahead and download that. But Entarian mantis are insectoid beings with giant eyes and very long limbs. They are very impressive. Their skin can have a variety of colors from light/dark green to brown, pink, white, and blue. Sometimes they have 3 or 4 long humanoid fingers instead of 3 insectoid limbs. They have a long neck and their mouth is very insectoid. They can measure up to 2 meters. So here are the humanoid forms of them. I mean, when you start looking at these things, and I'm probably going to keep saying it, like, you can see these. You can see, like, you can see, like, you can see it. So these are the mantis. You are not in a dream giant mantis being live around. So remember, you know, when you're a kid, you see a praying mantis, they tell you you go to jail if you kill one. Well, guess what? That's probably, you know, that's them. That's them at a condensed form, small. You know, they have so much technology where they can shrink themselves, put them in human form. They're ahead of us. So it's like when you see a praying mantis, I really, truly could be believing at this point in time, nothing is a stretch. It could be one of them, you know. Like I said, you guys go to this website and you read. I'm just, you know, over here doing due diligence. This is what they look like. They're very beautiful. Look at this lady right here, Victoria. Look how beautiful she is. Like, they have a very vibrant, beautiful look. Look how she just makes me want to just grab her and give her a hug. Like the way they are. Yeah, very long neck. So these genetic origins, you know, come down to a lot of people, and they even got Wiz Khalifa on here. You know, very long neck, very skinny. You know, damn, they even got Young Thug on here. Same type of situation. Megan Fox. I mean, start coming to this website just like they saying. But all right, that's the mantis. Let's go to, this is the well-known, most people know here. Now, I want you guys to know that there are 2 types of, the Draconian star system, the constellation. So there's a lot of beings that come from there. So these ones, the Draconians, are more of dragon type. They have dragon lineage in their bloods, right? Draconians are light to dark green skinned reptilians with the DNA of dragons in them. They can rarely be blue-skinned too. They have a big mouth, bigger teeth, and a humanoid long hands and feet. They are wide and have a tail. Their skin is covered with small scales, and they can measure up to 8 meters. So this is what they look like. Look at this. This is what they look like. And they look different from the reptilians. Now, these ones look more dragon-like. The reptilians look more snake-like. So the reptilians and draconians are different, but they, I guess, are cousins. No one are, just go ahead and read these. Trying to fit all this in the video to where it's not so long that I can't airdrop them and edit the video. Draconians are very incredible beings who have evolved with the dragon DNA. See, they have dragon DNA that we also find on Earth with the gene. Look at these beings, bro. These are all, like, if you think about it, there's a small version of everything. I don't know the small version of us, but, you know, small version of dragons are this. small versions of the Sirans, which are the amphibian type being, not the amphibian, I'm sorry, they're on here too, but they're more like felines, right? The Sirans, they were in my dreams last night, but the smaller versions of that is dogs and cats, you know, so it's like there's smaller versions of everything. The dolphinoids, the dolphins, you know, all these beings exist. It's just rather you want to, you know, accept the perception of them existing. I mean, you can see here, reptilian, you can see it. Based off of this image here, you can see it. I mean, it's undisputable at this point in time with these things. Draconians, all right? So as time goes, it's very hard to identify these individuals. They've been breeding it for a very long time. But when you can see the similarities, they even have offset. When you start seeing the similarities, look at them. You can tell. Their face structures are more boxy, and then it cuts in. Look, ASAP Rocky. At the top, lines, and then cut the corners at the bottom. At the top, line, then cut the corners at the bottom. Top, line, and cut the corners at the bottom. So their face structure is repetitive with that, even for here. At the top, come down, cut the corners, chin. At the top, cut the corner, chin. This one is a little bit more elongated. She looks more like a Palladian. But that's what I'm saying. You really got to do some research on them because sometimes it's hard to even differentiate them. Like, you be like, oh, that's Palladian. No, she's a Syrian and she's an Arcturian. So it's very hard. But just, you know, look at these things. You can, this one is just hard. This one even looks like a skin suit he got on. You see that? So, you know, now moving on to the reptilians. The reptilians are different. They come from the Orion star constellation. And as I say, they look more snaky. They look more snaky. The other one look a little more dragony. All right. Now, Beyonce, when you look at this image here and you look at this image here, now you can see it. I mean, there's no disputing it. The eyes only can see 3% of the light spectrum. And from this being said, imagine if you can see more of the light spectrum while you're walking around here physically, you'll be freaked the fuck out. Everyone you see is not a fucking human. And at this point in time, nothing is a stretch. So I just want you guys to watch this video and go through this with me so you guys can just have some type of discernment. You know, when you see other people, even people you talk to, friends at work, just try to analyze them, right? Because most people don't know they're aliens because they've made us, I'm going to say this again, they made us just think we're black, white, brown, you know, red people. They just make us think that so they won't think, so we won't think we have origins, right? These are genetic origins that we have. People are reptilians. Look, they got Lady Gaga. She's one of the biggest ones. So, you know, this is not no lies. This is not no fabrication. This is real shit. This is real down dirty, real shit. Okay. Okay. And then they got Chris Brown here as reptilian. And there's that one video where his, you know, I'll probably put the picture on here where, you know, he was dunking, his hand got elongated. He's a reptilian. He's a reptilian. Tupac. Look, they got Tupac as a reptilian too. You know? You know? So it's like, what do we want to say at this point in time? You know, if you want to, let's read this more about reptilians. Mostly exist everywhere in this galaxy. They exist everywhere, including the Pleiades. We speak about the Orion reptilians here because they are the ones who are the most incarnated on Earth. There are a lot of the politicians, a lot of the celebrities, a lot of the people that are out in public are draconian reptilians. All right, I mean Orion reptilians. They are friendly with the Draconians during the Orion Wars, giving them a little bit more dark polarity. So these two even warred together. Reptilians from the Orion are very attracted to sexuality. This is important for them to look good and have a partner. They can be really, really sexy and attractive. They like seduction, drinking, and dancing. That sounds like more than half of the music industry. So there you go right there. They are pretty obsessed with material things, and having a good financial situation is important for them. They can have very high ambition in life, and they work hard to achieve their goals. Their cities and Orions are close to ours, a little more advanced or pretty much advanced. Reptilians are really agile. They like sport and using their body. They also like sleeping on the sun. They are smart and they are really good in business. So a lot of us have the reptilian DNA in us. A lot of us. A lot of us have or reptilian DNA, because just reading that, I see some similarities in that of myself. That goes to say that I'm a reptilian. I don't know. I may have genetic DNA. Who knows? All these hospitals have all of our real shit down of what we are. Origins, blood, DNA type. They have all of it. All they want to do is just put it the numbers. Oh, type A, type B, type C, type D. But they know truly what those things mean, outside of just telling you the letter. All right. So that's this video here. Wait, did I go over? That's this video here. I'm going to end this. Put it in another part.